not to stay complacent. So we're really trying to focus on getting better every single day and sort of staying together. So we're excited for this weekend.
Is there much talk about continuing the winning this weekend in both games?
Of course. Like I said, we're working on not being complacent, but at the same time, we're focusing on going hard every single drill, every player possession. So we're just really trying to take that leap forward and sort of get on the upper half of the ladder.
And you got Ringwood here at home first up on Saturday night. What are you sort of expecting from them? Have you had a chance to look at anything they've done so far this season, or what are you expecting?
Expecting them to come out really aggressive, attacking us, but we have the home court advantage, so we're sort of going to take advantage of that, and we're just going to focus on keying in on some players and working on our game plan.
Look, yeah, 4 in a row now. You've obviously appeared on the radar a bit towards the middle of the table. Do you expect other teams to take you a lot more seriously now and give you their best shot?
When you have a league like this, I think it's important not to think less of anyone here, whoever's at the bottom of the ladder, because we were at the bottom of the ladder and we're climbing our way up now. But every team in this league is good, and everyone is capable of beating anyone. So we're not taking any game, for granted or anything like that. So I think it's important to sort of play everyone true.
And now that you're back in the middle of the table again, has playoffs become the goal within the camp?
Of course, playoffs has been the goal since the beginning, regardless of the 6 games that we lost earlier in the season. But playoffs is definitely in the back of our minds, the front of our minds, and we're just going to take it one game at a time right now.
Do you have every confidence you can eventually get there? Well, get there.
We've got all the confidence in the world.
Beautiful.
Yep.
Just finally, in terms of your scoring, it seems like your offense really has kicked into gear in the last couple of games. What is it that's been the difference between those early games in the season and now in terms of your offense? What's clicked?
I think we're just more comfortable playing with each other and understanding each other a little bit more. We're hitting the open woman, making the extra pass, and our bigs have done a great job down low, and that opens everything up for the guards outside the perimeter. So we're just sort of evened out, and we're trusting each other with everything. So we're just excited to finally bring it all together.
No worries, Deng, a double header coming up this weekend. What are you working on training to prepare yourself for the 2 games?
We just need to look at both teams and just where we can exploit them at, and just working on things that we need to get better at as a team.
Excellent.
Are there any particular team strengths you think you need to capitalise on this week to get on top?
Team strength, I think our strength is just running. We have that, and our size as well. We have that against pretty much like every team in the competition. So I think just trying to utilise that as best as we can.
Look, mate, you're obviously leading the league in blocks at the moment. Has Defensive Player of the Year sort of become a goal for you for the rest of the season?
For me, like individual accolades are not really a goal of mine. It's just I'm just worried about the team winning, and how can we get better as a team.
And I think in the second game of your back-to-back this week, you'll be going up against Majuk, who's got a bit of NBL experience. Are you going to get the assignment on his big body?
Yeah, definitely. I'm looking forward to taking that assignment. Majuk's a good player, very very physical, and just knows how to get to his spots. So we just try my best to just slow him down and help the team.
Yeah, how do you think you'll go against him? Do you think you'll be able to sort of box him out a bit and things like that?
Yeah, I think I'll do well. We'll be working on how to guard him tonight in practice, and just seeing how my teammates can best help me.
And look, this is the second straight back-to-back in a row. How are you guys going fatigue-wise? Is it starting to wear you down a little bit, or are you still feeling pretty fit?
I think the coaching staff has done a great job managing everyone's minutes and just keeping everyone fresh. So I think everyone's fairly fresh.
Yep. You guys expecting a big crowd on this Saturday night at the Minor Dome?
Yeah, we're always expecting a big crowd here at the Minor Dome. The community's been great coming out, supporting us. It's always good, like it's easy when you're winning for people to come out and watch you, but the crowd has been great.
Yeah, fantastic. And I suppose just lastly, what do you know about Ringwood? Do you match up pretty well against them? Or?
Ringwood, I watched one of the like their last game. Like their record doesn't really do them justice. They're better than what their record indicates, and we're not going to take them lightly. They're a team that they've been together for a few years, so they really know how to play together, and we'll be fully prepared for them.
That loss a couple of weeks ago, has that made the team hungrier?
Yeah, I don't know if it's made us hungry. I think the team's hungry. It's certainly, probably helped in regard to complacency. Regardless of what you say, if you win a number of games in a row, people start to feel comfortable, and you're trying to push them and tell them to be ready, but sometimes it just happens. We were a little complacent, I think, in that game, and it didn't hurt us to lose. It shook us up a little bit on where we need to improve, and obviously heighten the awareness of what we need to do to improve, and so we backed it up with 2 good wins last weekend.
And are you chasing 2 wins in the doubleheader this weekend?
Yeah, that's exactly what we want to do. It'd be good to just keep building, focus on getting the home game first against Ringwood. They've been together a long time. They've been successful in the state league, and they've got a good feel for how each other play. But I think at the same time we're really developing as a team, and Marquis coming back now. Getting 2 games under his belt, he's only going to get better as well, which is going to strengthen our team.
And just in terms of the rush, obviously a couple of wins on the trot now. What is it that's clicked in the last couple of weeks for them?
Well, I think it's they've got a lot of new players. They had a lot of road games, and I've mentioned it before. Chanise was injured, so when your best player is injured, that's not going to help. And obviously she's got it back on track. And offensively, they are clicking. It was awesome to see them get those 2 wins on the weekend, and against Sandringham, which is a pretty good team. So they're really building, and if they can come up and split this weekend, but again, 2 wins is a possibility. They're 500. They're in the mix to make the playoffs. They're right there. So, just the fact that they've got these games under their belt, they're certainly starting to click from an offensive point of view, playing better defence, but their team chemistry is building now. They've got a great feel for each other. And it takes time sometimes to get, for players to understand each other's strengths and weaknesses, and the girls are doing that, and Hazy's done a good job keeping them together in respect to, getting these 4 wins on the trot. So why not keep going? Cool.
How do you feel about the Russia's young stars, Laura, Lucy, and Georgia, earning college opportunities?
Yeah, well, I think the great thing about that is, the Russia's a young team, so it's fantastic, that these girls are going to college. That's going to be our loss at the end of the year, but that's what part of the role is for us, is to provide opportunities so that these girls improve, or anyone that comes to our club improves, and they can go off and go to college. So Lucy's going to Oregon, that's a big time school, and Georgia's still got some decisions to make, but she won't go till next year. But Laura's obviously got some colleges looking at us, so they're the real positives, in respect to it's not just about winning games. We've seen it with Deng, he's been picked up, but the girls being picked up to go to college, or whether it be NBL, these are the positives that come out about playing in this league.
Yeah, look, I actually had a similar question. Just watching, a couple of the guys get picked up by NBL teams in the last couple of weeks. Has that been sort of good as a coach to give them that success?
Oh, look, that's part of my role. I think part of my role is to create an environment to get the best out of people and allow them to be the best they can be. And with other clubs at high levels can see that and see their abilities. Our goal is obviously to try and win, but part of your goal is, as a coach, realistically, you get a lot of pleasure out of people improving and developing. And so, I really think that's a positive for all of us. And Deng's been picked up, Quiner's been picked up, and I stated the other day, I think Jerry Evans is good enough to play in the NBL as an import. If you look at some of the teams last year, like Cairns, Illawarra, even Sydney, if they had better imports, it probably would have helped them. And Jerry, I see Jerry as better than some of those players that played on those teams last year, and he's just continuing to improve. So I think he could be the next one. Shorty's obviously another one, is playing really good basketball for us, and has the potential to sign an NBL contract as well.
Yeah. And are you guys fully healthy going into this week's doubleheader?
Yeah, we haven't been 100%. Obviously, with Marquis, we've been limited in his minutes, coming back from that ankle injury to around about 24 or under 25, and got great input from him. So that's another area of improvement. People haven't seen the best of Marquis, and we're already a great defensive team. That was a goal for us to be the best defensive team in the league, and I think we're that right now. That Marquis is going to bring, he's pretty special at that end. He can put some points on the board, but as you saw, he had 6 steals against Sandringham, and it's not through gambling and trying to get those steals, it's just great hands and great feet. So, I'm really excited to get him going in the next few weeks and see where this team can go.
Has it been a great relief to have someone like that come off the bench and sort of provide that boost off the bench?
Yeah, well, it creates competition. I mean, at the start of the year, obviously Marquis probably would have started, Him missing so much basketball has provided the opportunity for Kwani to start, and Jerry, because Jerry was coming off the bench, and that's a situation I think is healthy. If we get those 6 guys in particular, any one of those could really start our first 6. But I really want some input from our role players as well, like Fish and Geordie and Ross, and they've been adding that little bit extra as well in their role, because at the end of the day, you still need 10 players to, I think, win basketball games.
And just onto the Rush quickly, I think you predicted a few weeks ago that they'd win the next 13 in a row. I don't know if you were kidding or whatnot, but they've won 4 of them. Do you think they can still win 13?
Well, I'm a pragmatist, right? We were talking about how there's 6 games or 6 losses. Whatever game to be played is a game to be won, not lost. So there's a streak to be built. So we're on 4. So the girls, hey, who knows? They get 2 this weekend. That thing's looking real, and it's a possibility.
And just lastly, has it just been awesome given how they started to watch them get this success now and then sort of really, make their mark?
Yeah, it is, because, I work with Chanise and Olivia, and Laura comes in a lot, and Georgia at times, but I can tell you Chanise and Olivia in particular, they work as hard as the guys. They work with our guys when we do the individuals. So you want to see people that work hard get the reward and carry through how hard they're working on the floor to improve themselves. And, obviously they've been consistent. I think Chanise, missing those few games, certainly hurt the team, but she's been on fire along with Liv, and that's a big reason why they're successful. You see the improvement with Lucy. Going back to the question before, doubles. Oregon's going to get a kid that's going to come over there with confidence at 6'5". She's going to have a great college career.